Are you making these common English mistakes at work even without realizing it? Well, even small slip ups at the workplace can cost you dearly simply because it impacts how professional and confident you sound. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 common mistakes that you're subconsciously making even without realizing, and how I can offer quick fixes and solutions for these common errors so that you sound absolutely accurate, professional, and definitely more confident. I'm sure when you listen to these errors, you will, realize how you have been doing these mistakes all along without even realizing them. These quick fixes will definitely be your gateway for smarter conversations. So let's get into the first example. You're in a meeting and you're seeking some clarification. Probably when you seek that all important clarification, the thought that crops up in your head is, I'm having a doubt. Completely wrong. That's not the way to say it. The correct way of articulating this thought is, I have a doubt. In English, we have a doubt, not having a doubt. You call for a meeting because it's time to discuss the all important project. Okay. Now, when your team, comes together and you're sitting in the meeting room and you start your, whatever it is that you're going to explain to the team, normally people end up using, let us discuss about the project. Now, the word discuss already incorporates about, which means discuss equals to talk about. So, you don't necessarily have to use about after discuss. Avoid using it. So, the wrong way to say it is, let's discuss about the project. The accurate way to express it is, let's discuss the project. Your boss walks into the room and asks you for an update. Did you speak to the customer? Is the first question he has asked you. And you want to sound, someone who's up to speed, is all updated, and is very much on the ball as far as the activity is concerned. So immediately you pipe in, yes, today morning I called the customer. Well, today morning is absolutely inaccurate. The way to say it is this morning. This morning, I called the customer. A common error that I've heard many of my students make. So avoid saying today morning, start saying this morning. You're sitting in a conference room and participating in a very interesting discussion. You notice that two people are kind of distracted, okay, your colleagues, and they are possibly, having their own private conversation. This is where you step in and you say, listen him. He's saying something very important. Now, listen is always followed by the preposition to whenever you have an object after it. For example, you can't say listen him, he's saying something very important. It is listen to him, he's saying something very important. You're on a call and a deliverable has been assigned to you. You are someone who's supposed to get back to the group. Now, at the end of the conversation, when you end up saying, no worries, I will revert back. Well, the assurance is right, but the choice of words certainly not apt. Revert already includes the word back by default in it. It means that you're going to come back. So you need to say, I will revert on this. You don't have to say, I will revert back on this. That's not accurate at all. So never use revert back. Instead, simply say revert. I will revert. That would suffice. You are the chosen one who's been included in a group of people, who get to meet the top management of the company. Your manager decides to introduce you to the seniors, okay, and he possibly shares some very exciting update about you, and you're uh, feeling all great about being in that setup, okay, and then you reach out your hand and you're about to exchange pleasantries with the seniors, and immediately you blurt out your name or your introduction by saying, myself, John. Well, that's the biggest blunder you could make, and possibly your first impression, as they say, is your last impression. This one definitely will, not do it for you. Myself followed by your name, not the correct way of introducing yourself. The correct introduction would be, I am John, or my name is John. You can also follow it up with your surname for a greater impact or impression. Okay, so the person will retain your name. But certainly not myself, John. Completely incorrect usage. Well, it's lunchtime at work and you and your colleagues are about to enjoy something delicious during lunchtime. Okay, that's how you keep yourself energized at work. Well, in the discussion around, what you should have for lunch, probably you end up saying, let's order for lunch. Well, this expression, while it sounds accurate, the more appropriate expression to use here is, let's order lunch. The combination order for is used when you're talking about the time you're going to have that meal or the purpose. For instance, let's order sandwiches for lunch. Perfectly fine. Let's order, North Indian food for lunch. Perfectly fine. Okay. Or let's order eggs for breakfast. Perfectly fine. It talks about the timing and the purpose, and it makes sense. But if you're going to simply say lunch, okay, let's order lunch, that suffices. You don't have to say let's order for lunch. So basically, the purpose, timing calls for the usage of for. Otherwise, you simply have to say let's order sandwiches, let's order lunch, let's order, breakfast. You don't really have to say for the preposition in between. Well, you are in a situation where you are probably telling someone, okay, who knows you well, but doesn't really know, about your academic profile, or probably you're driving through a particular area where your institute from where you completed your education is, on the way, and you want to possibly share the excitement with the person with you, indicating that, I passed out of this college, okay, or I passed out of this school. Basically, passed out of, very plain vanilla, and probably not the right usage in this scenario. Instead, you could say, I graduated from here, or I graduated from this institute or this college. Sounds more professional, more formal, and definitely apt usage. So, passed out of, strike that out. Graduated from, definitely you can use. Well, the next expression, though grammatically accurate, nothing wrong about it, yet not really the apt usage when we are talking about, a professional scenario at least. For instance, when someone spoke something possibly in a meeting room or in a presentation, and you realize that it's not making a lot of sense, you ended up blurting it out exactly like that. I don't think that's making a lot of sense. Not the professional and polite communication, regardless of the position you are in. I think a polite and professional communication demands that you soften the impact of what you're trying to communicate. So if I were to soften the blow on this one, I wouldn't say that it doesn't make sense. I would rather say that something doesn't quite add up here. Something doesn't quite add up, or it is not adding up. These are more effective ways of saying something is not making sense. So stop saying it doesn't make sense. Start saying something doesn't quite add up here. Did any one of these mistakes sound familiar? Probably you're making it, or you realized that these are things you never really knew about. So it's never too late. Start incorporating these changes now, so that you sound more professional, more effective, and definitely accurate in your communication. In fact, if you like these tips and tricks, do put, a yes in the comment section, and I would be happy to, share more of these inputs with the group, with the audience, with my learners, that is. Okay. So I really look forward to your inputs, and I really look forward to making you sound more professional. So happy learning with English Excellence with Chhaya, and I look forward to share more exciting lessons with you in the future. Keep watching.